Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kicks and Cup podcast, a podcast that unites checkered flags and offside flags. I am today doing a quick roundup of game week 22 of the Premier League. Um, First, we'll go through the result roundup, then, I will talk about some of the specific matches, and then I'm going to give some updates about what we are planning in the next coming days. And that's it. I will try to keep it short. I know the last one I kind of went on a little bit, but this one will be shorter. So kicking us off with the results was Bournemouth winning at St James's Park against Newcastle 4-1, which was not a result anybody expected. Um, Alexander Isak's scoring streak finally comes to an end. Um, then we had Liverpool versus Brentford, a late injury time winners braced by Darwin Nunes, which got us the 3 points. Fulham win against Leicester, Crystal Palace win against West Ham United, Arsenal draw with Aston Villa with a 2-all at home. Again, another match that I really want to talk about. Everton win against Tottenham 3-2. Brighton destroy Manchester United at home with a 3-1 victory. Nottingham Forest win against Southampton. Would have expected a clean sheet, but I mean, kudos to Southampton to try and come back. But yes, they get by. And Manchester City looks to be coming back to their old form with a 6-0 win against Ipswich. Chelsea yet to play Wolves, which will be tonight at home at Stamford Bridge. Remains to be seen what happens there. But those are the results of the Premier League game week 22. And now, to be specific, I'm going to mostly talk about Liverpool and Arsenal. Um, uh, wow. So I did not watch either of the two matches. We had plans to go out. The match was still on my phone, at least for the Liverpool one, and yeah, uh, did not expect it to be nil-nil. My stance always is that if we don't concede in the first half, more often than not, Arne Slot will come up with a plan to score in the second half. Did not know it was going to be this late, but yeah, extreme heroics from Darwin Nunes, Chiesa, and Harvey Elliott, especially Harvey Elliott. It seems like some of my complaints that I did in the last podcast have been heard by Arne Slot, which was, I think that it was, I was not the only one to be making those um, claims, or what do you say, suggestions as to utilize Harvey Elliott. And yeah, it turned out to be a success. An assist for Trent, an assist for Harvey Elliott, mad celebrations. I feel for Brentford. I mean, they were phenomenal to be able to stop Liverpool for a whole 90 minutes. I know Mohamed Salah is going through a kind of a rough spell, but still we have more than enough power there. Um, has my stance on our transfer strategy and everything changed? No, I still think that we need some reinforcements, but it looks like we most likely won't be getting any. One thing that I think is positive is some of the interviews I've seen where Arne Slot has said that maybe Jaden Dance would be the solution for Liverpool, in terms of the striker situation that we have. I know Darwin Nunes was the hero of this match, but yeah, uh, the problem is his consistency. Um, Arne Slot does seem to have a little bit of faith. I saw an interview where he said that, he has not started as much. And I mean, at least he remains positive that we will be able to get something out of Darwin Nunes. And I mean, to be fair to him, he did seize this opportunity. But I think Jaden Dance, I would not mind being given a chance. Jaden Dance. I think he's a promising young talent from our academy. Had good performances last year for us when we had a crippling injury crisis. So yeah, that remains to be seen what happens. Even any rumors that I have seen about, especially I think the one that I've seen the most is about Kirkes, Milos Kirkes from Bournemouth to Liverpool. But I think it is looking to happen in the summer and not winter. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, crucial 3 points for Liverpool, and especially when I mean, made better when we saw Arsenal drop points. So the Arsenal versus Aston Villa match. I mean, it seems like Unai Emery is still salty about the way they treated him when he was at Arsenal. But man, I remember Arsenal losing to Aston Villa at home 2-0 last year when we had dropped points to Crystal Palace. Um, so yeah, it felt good. Um, to be fair, we were on our way back. We were driving back, and I just saw the last update I saw was that hmm, that Arsenal had scored one goal, and then I was like, ah, fuck, like nothing's going to happen. When we got home and switched on the TV, we found out that it was a 2-2 draw. And yeah, I did not watch the match, so I'm not going to say anything in terms of the player performances and everything. But to have a 2-0 lead up until the 60th minute and then to concede two goals within a span of 8 minutes, yeah, you gotta ask some questions. And I know a lot of Arsenal fans are still backing Arteta, and I get it. But the reason for backing Arteta do not make sense, because the reasons for backing Arteta is, if not Arteta, then who? To be fair, there are clubs who have found out good replacements for the managers that have left. Liverpool being one of them. Manchester United also. I know Ruben Amorim is very new, has a very different system, has is playing with this current squad, which is uh, an assortment of players collected by Eric Ten Hag, who is not at the club anymore. But at least Manchester United in the last couple of days has looked promising, be it their performance against Arsenal, against Liverpool. Mostly seems like they're turning up for the big matches, but stumbling against the other team. They're only performing against the big six. But the point is that, maybe sometimes it is better to quit when you're at the top. Jurgen Klopp. Um, and yeah, I mean, I listen, as a Liverpool fan, I will always back Arteta, because I do not think that he has what it takes to win Arsenal anything again other than, like, what, community shields. So I did go through his career, and when he started with Arsenal, and the FA Cup that he has is not the FA Cup he won with this team that he has assembled. Um, and to be very fair to Arsenal, like, I understand you have a crippling injury crisis. Um, but so did other clubs last year. Um, Liverpool won a Carabao Cup when we had around 6 to 7 of our starting players not fit for the Carabao Cup final, and we still won. The injury crisis is, of course, going to affect your results, but cannot be an excuse. Cannot be an excuse, because while I agree, they have a lot of injuries. They have not done anything when they did not. Last year, when Liverpool capitulated because of injuries, what did Arsenal do? They couldn't do anything. And as a Liverpool fan, I have sympathies. Okay, it takes something extraordinary to beat a Manchester City side that is in full throttle. Okay, it is absolutely, absolutely, you have to be so clinical and so good. Like when we won the league in 1920, we won it at 99 points, having failed to win it twice at 92 points and 97 points. So I understand. Arsenal has not even touched 90 points in arguably two of their best seasons, right? The two seasons before this, you've not even touched 90 points. So I think you need to ask a question. And I get the age argument, I get the argument that this is first club, but every single manager that has started at some point has won something with their first clubs or with their second clubs. But I think 5 to 6 years with basically any player that he wants, like he has been given money, he has been given the support that he needs. But Liverpool, Arsenal needing a striker was something that was apparent even last summer window also, and he hasn't. And everybody is saying that it is difficult to get transfers in January. Man City got Omar Marmoush. He's a striker. He's at least a forward. He's a creative forward. He's somebody who can do something. And I know you're just hell bent on maybe Isak or Cunha. Maybe, I don't know, but Newcastle, of course, they put a price tag of 150 million. So like, okay, if you want to get him, pay us the money that we want for him because we know what his worth is. So I get all the arguments, but maybe it's time to ask questions. The only trophy Mikel Arteta has won is with a team that he did not assemble. What has this team won that he has assembled other than two community shields? But I mean, hey, as long as Arsenal fans want to just stay with Mikel Arteta, sure. I will also say if not Arteta then who? Yeah, please continue with him because he's not a ruthless manager. He's not a manager that can win you trophies. I think it has been proven long enough now. So good for you, Arsenal fans. Um, Still a lot to be played for. It is still just game week 22, and I would say in 2 weeks' time, in two more game weeks' time, we will know because the Liverpool game has been scheduled now. The Everton game has been scheduled now for I think it is midweek 15th of February or something. So there is a double game week coming for Liverpool. Yeah, it's 13th of February. So yeah, we'll by 13th of February all the teams would have played equal number of matches, and then we'll know. Right now we are 6 points at top with the game in hand. We'll see if it remains at six, or if it becomes seven, or if it becomes 9. Hopefully 9. But yeah, again Saliba with another injury for Arsenal, and man, am I excited for them to play Manchester City in game week 24 on 2nd of Feb with Omar Marmoush in that team. So yeah, good luck to Arsenal. For Liverpool, I will just say that yeah, we should be winning matches. I'm glad that we are back to winning matches. Um, when you look at some of the results that we've had in the past, and it might seem like a bit of an overreaction that we are in a crisis or anything, but I mean, my stance hasn't changed. We need some reinforcements. I particularly do not like our policy that we have to sell players in order to be able to buy players. But it is what it is. It is how Liverpool works, and I hope that Arne Slot can do something um, with this kind of support that he has for this season. I do feel like maybe it's because Jurgen Klopp bought this entire midfield of like McAllister, Zoboslai, Gravenberch, Endo just in 2023, and then maybe they thought that Klopp was leaving a bit too soon. But they I don't think that these players are not capable of winning. I just feel like some of these results do make you question and make it feel like maybe some more rotating options would be good, especially when the manager is not utilizing some of the players. But I was glad to see that at least in the match against Brentford, he did give these players a chance, and also good on those players to seize that opportunity and show that maybe it's not the worst thing in the world to be trusting us for some of these matches, especially in the matches where things are not going well, or you need a stroke of luck or a breath of fresh air, you need something to spark something. And I mean, Darwin Nunes, our king of chaos. Yeah, uh, good overall a very 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 good result. Yes. The only concern going forward, I'm like, does Man City seem to be back? I mean, granted they are 12 points behind us, currently sitting in fourth, um, which I did not anticipate. But to be fair, like, I don't think any of the players that they have signed are playing for them as of right now. But I mean, again, the match was against Ipswich, but maybe you never know. Manchester City do have the capability to go on a run. I think Kovacic has also returned from injury, or maybe he was always there. I don't know. Haven't watched them very closely, to be fair. Yeah, that's it from this episode. The next game week, um, for key for key competitors for the league, Liverpool play Ipswich at home, and Arsenal play Wolves away, and City and Chelsea clash. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting game week. Mm, and then we also have the last two matches of the Champions League coming up. Liverpool will be playing Lille at home. Arsenal play Dynamo Zagreb at home, and Manchester City play PSG. Going forward, I think I'll be doing a live stream for the last league match day of Premier League. It's been a while since Liverpool have played at home, and I want to be able to like hear the atmosphere and all our chants, and like just be able to watch the match with the whole shebang. And yeah, going forward, first week of February is going to be kind of busy for us. So from I think 10th of Feb onwards, we'll be resuming a lot more normal activity. We'll also try to do one episode with the others joining between now and the start of February, hopefully. Um, and yeah, that's it. That's it from this episode. Very short, very sweet. Um, Excited for what happens next. Liverpool's next couple of fixtures, while not the easiest one, always going to give me hope. Bournemouth away in the next to next game week, and then playing Everton also are the games that I'm concerned about. But in terms of away games, we don't have many difficult ones, with the exception of Chelsea away, Manchester City away, and I would say Aston Villa away. Those are the games where I would be a little bit concerned. But other than that, mostly I think we should be able to, as long as we keep it simple and we keep winning our games, it'll be good. Another thing is, yeah, most likely won't be able to, most likely not 100% won't be able to um, do a watch along for the Liverpool Tottenham second leg of the Carabao Cup. I'm just lucky enough to be watching. I have a family engagement at the same time. So, yeah, I'm gonna miss that, but it's okay. So we'll see you at the live stream. We'll see you for the last game day of Premier League, and other than that, we'll keep having regular episodes. So thank you everybody for watching this episode. Until the next Premier League game week. Bye.